Everyone just seems to be financially drowning right now. Credit card debt, inflation, and the price of groceries, even bankruptcy. But we're good. Learning to be frugal and crawling our way out of debt has meant that my husband and I don't worry if we have enough. Ever. Even though we've earned less than the median household income in America for almost every year of our marriage, we're okay. And that's the first biggest reason we've chosen to be frugal is peace. I mean, we had 3 kids in 4 years, so I mean peace only in like the financial sense. Yeah. I have this very vivid memory from 2019. I'm holding my newborn baby daughter and I'm just sobbing because I can't figure out couponing. I know it sounds ridiculous now, but I was so stressed. Oh, that's how you save money, you coupon, right? And I kept trying, and then I'd mess up reading the fine print on a coupon, or I wouldn't get the cash back that I thought I was from the app. That $10 of margin in the grocery budget was so stressful, but I don't have that stress anymore. I think some people equate this like buy whatever you want mentality as like the hallmark of a stress-free financial life, but I don't think that's the reality. We don't have money stress because we continue to live frugally, which for us means things like continuing to cook our meals from scratch and meal planning and preserving food and shopping sales. We keep our expenses low, which means we can save a lot. So we're not worried about things like emergencies or inflation or whatever interest rates are now. And like in the last 18 months, we have had so many emergencies. We had to pay for the birth of our 3rd child. We had to buy a minivan to cart around said multiple children. We had to put a new roof on the house. Like there's just been so many emergencies. There's no way we could have paid for any of that with savings. Never mind cope with all the inflation that everyone else is dealing with at the grocery store and everything if we didn't have this frugal lifestyle. Every single day, I'm reading stories that are just breaking my heart of people talking about how, oh my gosh, we're making so much more money than I ever thought I would ever make, more money than I ever dreamed I would see hitting my bank account. But it's all going out and I just can't cope with it. And these aren't people struggling with poverty. These are people earning multiple high mid 6-figure incomes sometimes. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how anyone's surviving. We're just struggling with money. And I know there's a better way. And I just want other people to get to the place where we are now because it's so good. I haven't lost a wink of sleep due to money problems in years. I want that for other people. I'm losing lots of sleep for lots of other reasons because babies. But speaking of children, this brings me to the second reason we choose to be frugal. And that's because when we got married, we came into the marriage with the intention that if we were blessed with children, I wanted to stay home with them. And it wasn't until our first little blessing came along that we realized we couldn't. This thing that we came together dreaming of was not a reality. We had made choices as single people, and then as in the brief time of our marriage before children came along, we made choices that closed that door to us. We couldn't have me stay home. It wasn't possible. We made mistakes like buying a too expensive for us house, buying brand new cars, putting expenses on credit cards, carrying student loan debt. We made all these mistakes and they were costing us our dream. By learning to be ridiculously frugal and paying off all of our debt, we were able to lower our monthly expenses to the point where my husband's income could cover all of our expenses. So being frugal let me quit my full-time job and come home to be with my babies, which is where I wanted to be. And frugality has given us such a rich family life. We like spending as much time together as possible. We really like each other. We want to spend time together. We don't want my husband to have to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week to support our lifestyle and we never get to see him. I really like my husband. I want to be with him. And we want to teach our children how to have fun without money. Even though they're young, we want to start teaching them how to value people and experiences over brands and status. I love doing things like gardening with my kids and cooking with them. Though obviously 2-year-olds are not the neatest in the kitchen, and I'm very grateful for the days that are coming when it's not quite so much of a disaster after cooking with them. So I know some people are curious, what do we even spend money on? We must spend money on something. Like, I'm in a house. What do we as very frugal people choose to spend our money on? Most of our money obviously is going toward things we just need because we have a growing family and we bought an old house. Most of our money goes the same place it does for you. We're paying our bills, we're paying for food and clothing and diapers for all these babies, a heating system that works, a roof that doesn't leak. We also follow the logic of anything that connects you to the ground should be as quality as you can afford. So things like shoes, tires for your car, a mattress. Oh my gosh, we love our mattress so much. Like multiple times a week, we're like, oh my gosh, we're so grateful we bought this mattress. Which leads me to today's sponsor. just kidding, nobody's sponsoring this channel. And then finally, sometimes you have to spend money to save money. So we choose to run our chest freezer in the basement because that allows us to stock up on cheaply purchased groceries and store them long term. A sewing machine, tools to repair things around the house so we don't have to hire a repairman. I guess you could say we're happy to spend money on tools, but not every single random gadget that promises to save your life or save your time, because that's a gimmick. So that's what we value, having a growing, happy family and as much peace as possible. And those two things, they sound like they might cancel each other out, but they don't. And if I've convinced you and you're like, dang, yes, that's what I want to, then I'll send you over to this video that a bunch of other people have responded positively towards and have felt like was actually beneficial to their life. So you can learn a few other dozen frugal tips. Bye, YouTube.